Over the past century, in the UK we have lost almost half of our woodland. But despite this, there's a remarkable variety in the woodland that remains. Home to a wealth of wildlife, from nesting birds, elusive mammals to rare insects, woodland supports more species than any other land-based habitat in the UK. To discover unseen behaviours and wonders under the canopy, we must delve deep into the hidden life of the woodland. Woods, glades, thickets and forests can be full of many species of tree, their branches and leaves often forming a canopy overhead. Beneath, the sun-dappled and shady ground create different conditions for other plants, mosses, lichens and fungi to live. The Atlantic oak woods are one of our rarest kinds of woodland. High rainfall, numerous rivers and mild, humid conditions create a lush environment. These are also known as temperate rainforests. On its own, a tree cannot establish a consistent local climate. But together, many trees create an ecosystem that moderates extremes of heat and cold, stores water, and generates humidity. Many of our most well-known birds can be found in woodlands, such as great tits, blue tits, robins, and various members of the thrush family. This cast of familiar faces are joined by woodland specialists such as nuthatches and jays. The entangled maze of branches offers not only an elaborate buffet of food, but also a place for birds to find a mate. Robins are a common sight to many of us when we go about our daily lives, however not all of their behaviour is quite so regularly seen. A male robin puffs up his chest and sways from side to side in a slow sort of trance. A female arrives. Once he's spotted her, he breaks into a frantic dance. She makes sure to turn away from the male and look down to hide her red breast. This is so the male knows she is a female. When she is seen enough, the female flies off, closely followed by the male. They will now go and start their new family together. Jays have an incredible ability to learn and a great memory, both traits of the crow family, making them particularly adaptable and successful. They rely on oaks for their acorns, which they forage for and bury in autumn. Storing acorns like this is called caching and provides the birds with food in leaner times. However, not all the acorns are found again, which means some are left to grow into oak trees. Woodland supports thousands of insects and invertebrates that live amongst the leaves, under bark, in dead wood and on the woodland floor. Bees and wasps are vital for the successful reproduction of plants, while beetles such as this door beetle are like the bin men of the forest. Snails are key parts of the woodland ecosystem, providing food for many. Yellow five-banded snails are more prevalent in grassland habitats, and darker unbanded snails are more prevalent in woodland. Centipedes and millipedes are many-legged recycling machines munching their way along the woodland floor. Trees and woods support a whole range of mammals. They rely on everything from the fruits of the trees to the soil beneath our feet. Red squirrels spend 70% of their time in the tree canopy, coming down to the ground only to find or bury food or to cross open areas. While the preferred source of food for this individual is the peanuts provided in this nearby feeder, they have also been known to munch their way through pine cones and even plants such as nettles. When not feeding or flitting from branch to branch, red squirrels spend time resting, sleeping, sheltering, grooming, and breeding. Many of Britain's mammal species tend to be more active between dusk and first light. Setting up a camera trap can give us an insight into which creatures emerge during the night. This little wood mouse was the first to get to work, scurrying and snuffling through the undergrowth in search of seeds and small insects. The next visitor was not quite as unaware of the fact that they were being watched. Badgers live in a network of underground burrows and tunnels known as a set. Each badger territory will include a main set and several smaller outlying sets. Outlying sets provide a safe place to retreat to if needed when badgers are out foraging. Badgers are a wood's ruling clan, often occupying the same set for generations and laying a network of well-trodden paths through the undergrowth. They're playful, house-proud, and expert foragers. But this isn't the only example of a network that occurs below the woodland floor. Mushrooms and toadstools can be highly visible, but they are only a tiny part of each fungus. The mushroom we see above the ground is like the fruit of the fungus, which lives below the ground in an immense network of tiny threads. These threads soon encounter tree roots. The roots extend a long way, more than twice the spread of the so-called crown of the tree above ground, so the root systems of neighbouring trees inevitably intersect and grow into one another. The fungal connections transmit signals from one tree to the next, helping the trees exchange news about insects, droughts, and other dangers. And the sharing doesn't stop there. The fungi links trees and plants together in a mutually beneficial network called by some the Wood Wide Web. Our woodlands are now expanding, but the new plantations are mostly of low diversity. We need to give better protection to the native woodlands that remain, restore those that we lost, and allow our trees the time and space to spread naturally. It will take many years to recreate anything as rich as the woodlands that we once had, but surely it should be our target to do so.